Okay, so hello everyone, and also good morning. And how are you today so far, everyone? Very good job, right? So welcome back to our weeks that we are studying in the first day of the week as well. And today is going to study in Hangout 6 and listening by 3, right? So everyone, I hope that you are going to have everything or the study material next to you, and especially I hope that you are going to do well with your with your work, or you are getting well done, or you are getting happy with your family during your holiday on Saturday and Sunday, right? Okay, so everyone, before we move on to the next page or the next lesson that we are studying, I would like to give you in a short review related to the word that we learned in our unit. So our word in unit 5 is enjoyable, comfortable, ride a ferry, fly in a jet, take public transportation, take a cab. Okay, so it's not start, stay, okay, stay at a campsite, and one more is stay at a resort. So there are 8 vocabulary that you have learned in the first section or the first page of our books. And however, I hope that everyone, you are going to get well with understanding this one, because the word and everything is going to be listed in your class book or homework as well. So you might be know clearly about each definition, and especially you might be clear with everything that you are going to learn by today. Okay, right? So right now, don't waste your time, everyone. I would like you to open your book on page 55 altogether. Then we are going to continue to the next section. Okay, so unit 5 of us is what a vacation, and then we are going to move on with section C. So section C, you are going to look at the pictures, listen, write a letter. So in here, you don't be confused, okay? I just writing in number 1 to number 8 because of what? Because I couldn't give you the answer according to be here, right? So that's why I am going to give you the answer by the number. So the counting numbers, you are going to count, follow me altogether. That is going to be listed as below, okay? So here, number 1, number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and number 8. Okay, so this number will be listed in each letter. After you listen, you are going to write the letter A, B, C, D, E, F, G, like that. Okay, so in each circle blank space, you have to write the letter A, letter B, etc. Okay, so everyone, it might be time for you, and please, everyone, get your attention and start your listening.
C. Look at the pictures. Listen and write the letters. A.
You can ride a ferry to cross the lake.
B.
If you like nature, you can stay at a campsite.
C.
Sitting in the sun is very comfortable.
D.
If you need to get somewhere quickly, you can take a cab.
E.
You can get to your destination quickly when you fly in a jet.
F.
I like to relax outside with friends because it is enjoyable.
G.
When you want to relax by the pool, you should stay at a resort.
H.
It's a good idea to take public transportation, like the bus or subway.
Great job, right? So everyone, after you finish your listening, how do you think? Have you already known about the answer? Good, right? Every listening or the words is already listed in the answer or in the audio. So when we listen, we are clearly know about the exactly answer, right? Okay, so right now, everyone, let's tell me about the picture number 1. What is it, picture number 1, everyone? What letter is it? Good, right? So picture number 1 is letter G, okay? How about number 2, everyone? In number 2, what letter do you think it is? Right, okay, so number 2 is letter. What letter is it? Yes, letter C, okay? Right, and then number 3, what is the letter that is going to be listed in here, everyone? Great, so number 3 is letter. What is it? Okay, so the number 3 is letter H, right? And then number 4, which letter are you going to talk or is the audio mentions about? Very good job, right? So number 4 is letter D, okay? However, we are going to move on with number 5. So in number 5, what picture or what letter is it? Right, okay. Number 5 is letter B, okay. And then we have 3 more letters. We have 3 more letters, and we also have 3 more number or pictures as well, right? Okay, so number 6, what letter do you think it is going to be mentioned in the audio after you listen? Good, right? So number 6 is letter F, and then number 7, what is it, everyone? Right, okay, number 1 is letter E, and then the last one is letter A, right? Okay, so this is the letter according to the picture in here. So I would like to remind you, after you have seen about the answer, please, okay, notice yourself that I am going to count from number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, okay? So that's why you are going to complete each number or each letter according to the number that is counted, like 1 here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, okay? Right, okay, so very good job, everyone. And right now, okay, to release our some stress, I would like you to open your book on page 114 altogether. So everyone, please move your book on to page 114. So this is talking about a chant, okay? So this chant, you are going to just only listening about this chant. However, I think that we just listen to release our stress or to release our we can say that we are boring, so we want to listen to the song in order to get ourselves to be not boring, right? Okay, so everyone, are you ready? Okay, right, so let's start your listening.
D. Chant. Turn to page 114.
Do you like taking public transportation?
Yes, I do.
Do you like taking a cab?
Yes, I do.
Is taking public transportation more enjoyable than taking a cab?
Yes, taking public transportation is more enjoyable than taking a cab.
Do you like riding a ferry?
Yes, I do.
Do you like flying in a jet?
Yes, I do.
Is riding a ferry more comfortable than flying in a jet?
No, flying in a jet is more comfortable than riding a ferry.
Do you like staying at a campsite?
Yes, I do.
Do you like staying at a resort?
Yes, I do.
Is staying at a campsite more interesting than staying at a resort?
Yes, staying at a campsite is more interesting than staying at a resort.
Alright, so after you have really listened to the audio or to the songs, okay, and how do you feel right now? Are you getting feel to be better? Good, right? So right now, everyone, I would like you to turn your book back to page 55 altogether. That page 55 in the next section is section E. So in section E, we are going to look at the pictures and say. So in here, you are going to get the picture in here and using as a comparison. And in these lessons, you might see about the number 5 over here. The first one, they talk about the vacation activities. And the second one, they talk about comparing activities, transportation, and locations. So the first one that you are completing here, we are calling this one is talking about the vacations activities. Okay, what can you do in your vacations? You can stay at a campsite, you can ride a ferry, you can ride a plane. So it depends on you that you want to ride or you want to do, right? Okay. However, in the next point that you are going to know is talking about the comparing activities. So it is comparing activity. You can see our example. They said that taking a cab is more comfortable than taking public transportation. So in here, you are going to compare into two sections. The first one, you are going to compare taking a cab, and the second one, you are going to talk about taking public transportation. So these two are one. Okay, these two one will be using a word comfortable or more comfortable in order to compare about this activity, which one is better than, right? Okay, so in comparative, you are going to find the difference between two things. In here, we are going to define that taking a cab and taking public transportation, which one is more comfortable than. That's why we are using comparative adjective in order to compare about two things or two people together, right? Like you can say that here, right? I can say staying at a resort is more interesting than staying at a campsite. So in here, we are going to compare about staying at a campsite and staying at a resort. Which one is more comfortable or which one is more interesting than, right? So that's why when you want to use some comparative or comparing activities, you have to use with more comfortable, okay? Comfortable. So that's why it is when you compare about taking a cab and taking public transportation, which one is more comfortable than, okay? Right. Okay, so I think that you might be know only one way that it's going to be known as more plus adjective. However, I am going to give you some tips related about the comparative adjective formed either or than or more than. Okay, so here or than you can see the symbol here. So this symbol here refers to the adjective that you have to put in here. Okay, what adjective that you are going to install or you are going to put in here about this symbol. However, more and this symbol as well, it is talking about the adjective that must stand after more. So in here, adjective stand before or, and then adjective stand after or. However, the form of comparative adjective, it is going to be talking about adjective or than or more adjective than. Okay, so this is the form that you are going to make the sentence of comparing or comparative adjective. However, you might wonder or you might want to know that how can I add or to the adjective? How can I add more to the adjective? Good, right? So let's look to the board altogether that I'm going to explain you about this point that what is going to be on, right? Okay, so we have 3 steps of this one in adding more or er. The first one is a one syllable adjective adds er. So whenever you are seeing about the adjective that has only one syllable, do you know syllable mean one? Right, so syllable is talking about the one word or one sound on the word that you are going to use it. So when you see the word that is having only one sound or one syllable, or the adjective that has only one syllable, it is surely you have to add er if you want to use it as a comparative adjective. And let's leave our example. So small, right? You can see small, it is only one syllable, right? Or one word that you are going to speak it out. Small, if you want to use comparative, you have to use smaller. So according to the form, we have or then. So you can use smaller and then you put then, and it's going to compare about one thing to the other thing. Tall, you add er, right? Taller. Okay, like our example, the pen is smaller than the marker. So in here, I compare about the pen and also the marker, right? You can see, I mentioned at the moment that when you have already got er, you have to have then, right? So the form of adjective or comparative, it must be or then. So that's why adjective or then. and the sentence is must be making by all of you that you are thinking you want to make it. So like example here, the pen is smaller than the marker, right? I compare the pen and the marker, which size is it? Okay, good, right? So the next one is talking about the one syllable the same. Okay, the second one also one syllable the same, but in case this is talking about one syllable, okay, one vowel plus one consonant. It is having only one syllable, but it is a must, okay, that it have to have what? One vowel and one consonant. Then we have to double consonant, then add e or. So before you add e or, you have to use the double consonant first. Like example, big, okay? Bigger. So here you see one vowel, one consonant. If you want to change it to comparative adjective, you have to add the double g or one more g, and then you are going to add e or, right? So when you get it, you are going to make sentence follow like e or then, like I am bigger than you, okay? She is bigger than her sister, okay? Like the marker is bigger than the pen. So this is the comparative adjective that you are going to use with one vowel, one consonant that has only one syllable, right? Okay, and the next one is two or long syllables adjective add more, okay? So in here, remember that when you see the word two, okay, the adjective that has two or more than two syllables, okay, two or more than two syllables, you have to add more if you want to change it into a comparative form, right? Okay, a like level example, interesting. If you want to use a comparative adjective, more interesting. And according to our form, we are going to then after the word adjective, right? So we have example, the book is more interesting than this book. See, right? So it is comparing about more interesting than this book. So that book is more interesting than this book, okay? All right. So I hope that in this lesson you might know clearly about each function or each part. However, if you are having any questions, you can drop your question in the group, or you can use your personal chat to your teacher or to me, okay? We are going to respond everything that you ask to us. So everyone right now at your time, so I would like you to have break time.